for a fact Kanye would never be president. That's why I voted for him.
It's just a funny thing to put on the thing. I think I'm voting for Spider-Man next. So honestly.
Hey, you know we're old enough to put our ballots in.
Yeah.
to be
to run.
I'm about to run for it.
Yeah, I'll vote for you. I'll vote for you. Hey, why don't you just vote for the ABOV Multiverse podcast, guys? Vote for the podcast and get going on that.
Here chasing dreams, trying to catch them like receivers. Heavy on the grind, trying to turn you to believers. Yeah, we see you hating from the bleachers. Coming with the gas, hot and ready, little Caesars.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Well, that was weird. I don't want to. Yeah, anyways, pause. On
You sound like The Rock. Do you smell?
If you smell what Marvel is cooking.
What's up, y'all?
We might get copyright because that was so good, so spot on.
Loki.
High key.
Rock, don't copyright us, man. We back though, man.
We are back.
The Uber boys are back with the ABOV The Multiverse.
Yep, another episode of ABOV The Multiverse with your boy
Avery Harden
Adrian Blest, and yeah, man.
Loki
another great week. Another fucking great week of content. So
guys. Yeah, it's a lot happening. I mean, let's just go.
Tofu, what are you doing, bro? Oh my god.
Let's just go with Loki first, man. I just watched it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, Loki season 2.
Yeah.
Just dropped.
Yeah.
Last night, me and Avery, we watched it last night, but I guess at separately, right? And we haven't talked about it. And he's been at my house for like 30 minutes or an hour or whatever, and we still haven't talked because we wait for this right here.
I was gonna tell you that I didn't watch it last night. That was so.
Oh, you watched it this morning?
Yeah, I watched it this morning.
Okay. Did you watch Gen V then?
Yeah, I watched Gen V too. Yeah. So that's the first thing I did in the morning. I just got up and I was like, because I had to go to the warehouse. I was like, oh, let me just watch it real quick, and then I watched it. I was like, yeah, oh yeah. Dude,
okay. Yes. Okay.
So yeah, Loki 2. Loki season 2
came out, and
episode
we're already
2.
gonna start off right now. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, spoilers coming up.
Yeah.
So if you're not into the spoiler stuff, get out of here, dude. Go somewhere else.
First things first, I just like to say, everybody in the Marvel spectrum, I said it first. The whole Renslayer being the Kang variant. Now Eric Voss is saying it now.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
They said it?
Yeah. Everybody else is saying it now, but I said it first. I had the first. What the hell is he doing?
Dude, he's gonna get stuck under there.
I had the first initial. I mean, I know it's not a separate thought. Everybody can think it, but I on the record, I think I had it first. But yeah, I think.
No, I think you definitely did. I mean, that's the first place I heard it. I didn't see anything about anyone saying that. And if they are saying it, then they stole it from us.
Eric Voss is saying it now because someone. I saw him say it because someone wrote it in the comments. And he said it, and then
they probably watched our video. Shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to you.
Next time, give us credit though. You know?
And then he mentioned it in this breakdown right now. He was like, she could be the variant. But what else is crazy? What I'm thinking too, another little thing for y'all. Yo, not only do I think Renslayer's a variant now, just off of what Eric Voss is saying and how important Miss Minutes is, she could be a variant. You know what I'm saying?
Like an AI variant
or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, or she might just, it could be an extended consciousness of him, or
I think that's what it is. I think it's like he printed his. Okay, Tofu. Sorry guys, I want to talk.
What is he doing?
Hey, no, bro, get down. This is not your playground for you to just, you're gonna knock shit over, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, man.
But yes, no, that makes sense. I think it. I mean, she's way too smart for her own good, and like she talks back as like it's a regular, like it's a live thing. So there's something more to Miss Minutes than just like your TV, like something that someone programmed to like just do the same stuff.
And let me just say, this is why I love this show, because for me, it's the anticipation of things. Like things have to happen, but like it's like how are they gonna like implement it, right? So like this whole like this episode right here was all about. Well, it was about Sylvie and Loki, but there was a part with Obi where he has to he's trying to do something with the temporal thing, but he needs He Who Remains or Miss Minutes. Now He Who Remains is dead, so Miss Minutes is very important right now.
Oh, for sure.
And we like, where the hell is she at?
She's with Renslayer somewhere. We know that she shows up later because in the trailers they show her like get big and like walk like a monster.
Yeah,
so like I'm assuming it's probably in the next episode,
which I think is going to be crazy is since He Who Remains passed away, the only Kang we've seen in the trailer is Victor Timely.
Yeah.
Which I think.
Which is probably why they have to maybe they're like, okay, hear me out before you go to it.
Yeah.
What if they have to, because they can't find Miss Minutes or Renslayer, right? Or well, they kind of have a lead on Renslayer right now at the end of this episode, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they end up finding her in the next episode. But if they're like, we need a temporal aura thing, whatever, from Kang, then maybe they're like, well, but let's go find one of his variants that isn't so bad, and so that's how they end up going to find Victor Timely.
That's gonna be messed up.
And they're gonna try to take him back and use his temporal.
And it seems like that Miss Minutes thing happened during that time.
Yeah.
So Victor Timely's gonna be like, nah, I'm about to take.
Which means Renslayer might pop up on this. Did they show Renslayer in any of the trailer footage?
No,
I don't think so. Huh?
No, bro. That's what I'm saying.
She's an important part of this.
And that's why, everybody that's watching this is why this is such a good show, because it's like you don't know what's happening. Like you have thoughts and theories, but it's not predictable. Like I had no idea this episode was about them blowing up the timelines. Like I knew they were gonna. That's crazy. He's crazy right now.
Yeah. Sorry, my cat is like on some wild shit right now. He thinks like our studio is like a freaking playground for him.
Yeah, he's wilding. He's a variant of Kang.
Okay, yeah, I gotta get him down.
But yeah, I think me personally, bro, I think Victor Timely is gonna bum rush these niggas.
This is a Kang variant.
I think Victor Timely is gonna bum rush these niggas and try to take over the TVA. That's gonna be another problem.
Or what if like
because they're gonna tell that nigga like, oh yo, like he who remains, you one of your variants. He's like, and then just fight these niggas like, oh, I'm about to take over the TVA.
Listen.
And then Renslayer's gonna be on that nigga side.
Let me tell you something right now. What you're saying it sounds right, and it makes me think of
theories.
I know, but it makes me think of one of the best movies of all time, Kung Fu Panda. All right.
Oh my god.
In Kung Fu Panda, listen, I know this doesn't sound like it's gonna make sense, but it will. In Kung Fu Panda, Master Oogway, which is the turtle.
Yeah.
The whole movie is about right, they're finding the Dragon Warrior in order to protect the village from, or like the world from, I forgot his name, Tao Lung, I think his name, or something like that. Mm-hmm. The snow leopard dude, right? The bad guy that they have locked up. Uh-huh. And they were and basically like he says in that movie, not Dr. Oogway, Master Oogway, he says something about, it's like sometimes the things you do to prevent something is actually what causes it to happen. So like in their efforts to like they're like, they were basically saying like, what if he escapes? And they're like, there's no way he could escape. And he's like, you know what, tell him to triple the guards, triple the thing. And so he sends like a messenger to go tell them to triple the stuff, like all the protection. But in doing that, the messenger, his feather drops. It's like a bird, right? And his feather drops, and that's what causes him to get out and escape, because that feather. So by him sending him to stop to add more guards and stop it even more is what actually causes it. So like, what if like by Loki and them trying to stop all this, they're actually doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing to cause what is going to happen. Like by going to find Victor Timely, they think that they're going to stop it, but like that's just going to introduce Kang into it and restart the whole shit, and now he's going to have control of the TVA again, and it's going to be like, you know what I mean? Like, by trying to prevent it, you end up causing it sometimes.
I mean, that could be the case, honestly, bro.
So, like, I don't know. That's why Kung Fu Panda is one of the best movies ever. If you watch it, it's fucking amazing.
Bro, but, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen Kung Fu Panda since I was a kid, bro.
Really? Oh my god, you gotta watch it again, dude. It's so good. Yeah, you gotta watch it again. But it's actually free on YouTube right now. If you wanna, you can. Really? The first one, you can watch it on there.
Check it out. So. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I think. And it also, what Eric Voss was talking about, Obi's such a dope character, but like he's such a mystery.
Yeah, he's a huge mystery. So like, even during watching the episode last night, which I haven't said it yet, but was fucking amazing. The episode was fucking great, by the way. Yeah. Just let's throw that out there. It was so good. Definitely left me like thinking like all this different shit, right? But for Obi, when I was watching his part, I'm kind of like, what if he is like, his name is Ouroboros, right? He is like I feel like he's almost like the creator of like everything, right? He wrote the handbook. He was making all this stuff. Like, why does he know so much? Like, you know, if Kang is the one who built everything, right? Like, maybe Kang used him to do this, like build it, and maybe he's a variant of Kang, or maybe he's just like like I don't know, man. There's definitely something more to him. But his name is Ouroboros, which Eric Voss keeps pointing out. It's like I think it's like a Greek thing where it's like a representation of a snake eating its own tail, right? So it's like it's constantly just like it never ends. It's a cycle, and he is like the starting point and the ending point. Right? His name is Ouroboros, bro. Like that's not for no reason. Like so I think he is like the main part of this by like. Him stopping it starts it, and it's like it's a cycle that just goes on for eternity. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's definitely more to that too. So like there's, and like Avery pointed out, that's why I love this show, right? It's because there's more theories than there is like answers. Like we're getting more questions, and it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like you get a little bit like even so. Immediately after I watched this episode last night, New Rockstars put out something where our guy Eric Voss, one of our favorite people, he was kind of like almost hating on the episode a little bit right away.
Who?
Eric Voss on the immediate breakdown where like they do the reaction one, right? So he was kind of like, I'm not saying it's a bad episode, you know, like it's just like the pacing was weird and the stuff, and I'm like, but that's why I like it. Like that's exactly what made me be like, because the way the episode starts off, you're kind of confused. You're like, wait, where is this? What's going on? Like what? And so Eric Voss was saying like it felt like they almost like were missing a scene there, right? And because it kind of like throws you for a weird loop, like what's going on, like what, like they're already here, like doing this, like I think it starts off with them going into the movies, right? Yeah. So like you're kind of like confused, but that's what I liked about it. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and I was like, wait, what? Like what part? I was trying to figure it out as it was happening, and they didn't explain it to me. They kind of explained it to me, but I didn't need the explainer. Like you don't need to explain everything. Like that's I think one of the bigger problems when it comes to like anything, when it comes to like art, right? It's like I know for like academic stuff or like you're writing a paper, my mom always told me like write stuff as if you're explaining it to a kindergartner or to a 5-year-old, right? And I feel like that's like a typical way of doing things, but we're not 5 years old, and we don't need to be our hand held to like explain the story. I want to be able to figure it out on my own. Like it's like challenging my brain as I'm doing it, as I'm watching it, right? So it's sick to be able to find this out. Like they did such a good job at. Like he was upset with the pacing of the episode. I thought it was dope. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, I had no problem with it because it's crazy because it's like, bro, like at this point, like the first episode was tremendous. It was like everything that we wanted. Like, oh, what? And then now it's like, okay, we got 6 of these, so they can't throw everything at us at once. Yeah. It's like give us bits and pieces.
That's what I was saying last night. Because it was funny because I was like talking to I every time like I'm watching like stuff like that, I'm like talking to the TV as if they're like hearing me, and Kat's like, dude, what are you saying? Because I was like talking to the TV because I was like, dude, like it's only the second episode. Like chill out. Like what more do you want? Like you can't give us everything. Like you gotta like wait.
I know Johnthan Majors is gonna be in it, but I'm like, okay, he wasn't in the second one. And that's what I was saying last week. It was like the first one was Loki, focused on Loki. Second one, Sylvie and Brad. You know what I mean? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's kind of like that. Like it's these characters are important. So like, it's like, all right, let's focus on them. Like, bro, you don't want to
give them the time to like.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want Sylvie. You don't want the Sylvie and Loki connection to be a thing while trying to do Renslayer and Kang at the same time in 40 minutes. No, you don't want that. Like, give them their own thing. Like, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. So EA Boss, man, tell them to come here this time. The second episode is for us. Bro.
Yeah, it was good though, and I want to say too. So I feel like we always go out of order with stuff, but so the episode is called Breaking Brad, which I thought was really fucking funny. That was really cool. Little play on words.
I really enjoyed like that whole thing. Like,
so the whole scene with them like interrogating him was amazing.
Well, as I say, real quick, guys. So this is about the show, but the whole thing of this episode was like, and I don't know how true this is, but Brad knew who he used to be, so he was like, hell, F the TVA, exactly. I'm about to go do this. So like, like that was the beauty of this episode, where it's like, if you knew, you know what I mean, you could do this, and you still were gonna die, or be the TVA and die too. It's like, nah, let me just be this for what X amount of years. You know what I'm saying? So I get at the, I empathize or sympathize with Brad in this episode, honestly, because he didn't go and kill Sylvie. He didn't go and do what I forget the lady's name. He didn't go help her like defeat the timelines. He was just like, F it, bro. I'm about to go and live the life that was stolen from me. Now I know, and it's like, I get that. I get that. Like, he's not the villain in this situation. Like, he's somebody that just wants to live their life.
And he said that in the last episode. He was like, "This changes everything. Like, all of this is not real." Like, so he was already having like a little existential crisis right there in that moment. And the lady, I forgot her name too, the judge or whatever. She wasn't judge.
The lady that breastfed her teenager boy.
She was the one that kind of like reeled him back in a little bit, but you know, he was still probably like, imagine if he was like a main character and we followed him like down that like path of like him like if the camera stayed with him after he went through that portal, and then like we got to watch him like struggle with like, dude, what the fuck, why am I doing this? Like, that would have been a cool scene too. Like, he finds her, he's like, you know what, it's not worth it. Like, I'd rather just go. And what I noticed too, what I just realized when you were talking about it, is that he went back and he was on the sacred timeline, right? That the timeline that's being protected. Yeah. So he knew that he was good there, because all the other ones they were going to destroy. But he knew he was good on that timeline, so that's why he wasn't worried when they showed up. He was chilling. He's like, "Leave me here and let me stay." Tofu, god damn it, dude, this cat, bro.
What is over there?
He just likes it. He just has to know everything about everything. He has to go everywhere, but he's not going to be. The thing about him, if he goes over that thing, he's not going to be able to get back out. And I'm going to have to like move everything around to get him out.
Yeah,
hold on.
Intermission.
Don't yell at me. He's like,
lock
this guy, dude. This guy.
Lock him up. Throw away a key, bro.
Normally you're good, bro, but
yeah, today's wildin'. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed that part of the episode, because it's also when he was talking to Mobius, where he was like, he's like, you don't want to know? You don't know? And he's like, nah, he got it under his skin. It's like, but it's like, at that point, my personal theory was like, does Mobius know? And like, he doesn't want to go back to, you know what I mean?
Well, so that's the thing. So that's what I thought was like, this storyline is so great, and it kind of like explores like different ways of thinking when it comes to like, what exactly would you do? Would you want, because the big point that he points out in that scene with Loki where he's talking to him is Loki's like, I think Eric Voss pointed it out, or maybe Screen Crush. Shout out Screen Crush, because Screen Crush also did a really good review. And in that moment, Loki can only imagine his life as things that are bad, right? I think Eric Voss is the one that told this, right? Yeah. He's only had bad experiences, so he was like, yeah, like, what if you go and you see that it's really bad? You know, you don't want to see how bad your life could have been, and it will hurt. And then Owen Wilson is like, no, what if it was great? Yeah. Like, what if I see it and like it's great? All I've ever known is a TVA. Mm-hmm. This is the life I know. I like it. It's cool. Like, it's not like the best, it's not the worst. You know, I'm just chilling here. Yeah. And that's all I know. Why would I want to go see? Like, imagine if like you've been living your life right now, and then like there was like a way you see that like you can never go to that life, but you see that you're like, you made it. You're Jay-Z in that fucking alternate life. You would probably be like, "Fuck, dude, like this sucks." Like, you know, or like you stayed playing baseball and you were fucking I don't know who's a fucking good baseball. You're fucking Big Papi or something, Derek Jeter or something. You know, I mean, whoever, like you know.
But that's the whole point of it. It's crazy to think about. Is Mobius he could just shut all of it down and just go there. Like, after TVA, I'm gonna do it, because that's what Brad did. He said, after TVA, I'm gonna just do it, because you can do it. But you definitely sacrifice some lives, because you can save lives, and you know what I mean, like. So, but Brad wasn't technically very important, so like they could have just left him there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like Mobius, obviously you need him. He need to help Loki, and you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So like, he's important. Brad is just a hunter. It's like, all right, like leave him there. You know what I'm saying? Like Sylvie Renslayer, like these are important people to help. You know. I don't know, I guess keep the sacred timeline going, or whatever they're going to do. Because at this point, with Segway, which is what I wanted to say, was they could go anywhere with this. Like, they could, like, because they just, I think, what's the name was saying, the 616? They pruned all the 616 things. So, bro, they can prune everything right now. And all of Loki is like, all right.
Everything's just reset back.
And then Marvels are up there in space. So it's like, we do this real quick. And then the next thing is like, well, in Loki, they did this. So now we have Tom Cruise, Tony Stark.
Like Loki can literally clean up everything all the messes that they've made so far.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking when he was like 616, or they were pruning 616 or whatever. I was like, dang, dude, like they can legit like change everything, and like it could be better than it was this last, I guess, year.
Yeah.
Freaking.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I think they can do a lot with it. I wanted to go back real quick to when you were talking about Mobius, because him seeing his life, and you're like, I wonder if he knows. I wonder if he knows that that, you know, what he was, and that's why but in the comic books, Mobius is actually a character in the comic books, right? And his role is always, like, all of his lives, he's always just works at the TVA. So like he's never like, that's in the comics, right? So I don't think they're gonna do that for this, but the thing is, like, you have to, like, he's trying to get the TVA, and I forgot, I think Screen Crush pointed it out that maybe Mobius might end up being the secret villain of this whole show, because maybe everyone's trying to go back to their lives, and he's like, no, like the TVA has to exist, and he's like, and he starts pruning people to be like, no, you got to stay here, like you can't go back to your normal life, and he ends up being the villain.
Oh shit!
And like it turns, right.
That could be a crazy twist right there.
Yeah. Because I mean, because if Loki and Sylvie they want to destroy the TVA, and Owen Wilson, Mobius, all he knows is the TVA. That's his life. You're destroying his life by destroying that thing, right? So if the end goal for Sylvie, and Loki's right now working with Owen Wilson to protect the TVA, but what if him and Sylvie, he ends up switching and going to Sylvie's side, and the next thing you know, it's like, Owen Wilson's like, hell no, like, I love the TVA, this is my life, like, I'm gonna fight you guys to stop it. And they end up having to kill Mobius.
Damn.
Which I thought that was a cool ass theory. That Screen Crush had brought that up, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't think about that. Like, that is crazy, because that's the whole thing with him, right? Like, he's like, I don't want to see my life, like, this is my life, right? But I have a feeling we're gonna end up seeing his life, right? Because we see later on that Loki's time slipping again, right? He has to be time slipping again, because in the trailers they show there's the jet ski part where he time slips to the jet ski part. So
I think
something's happening. Maybe I think when he something with Sylvie, like if he gets separated from Sylvie again, maybe they like.
I think the whole point, because Eric Voss had like said that. He was saying the whole Loki part where he was like, he only knows bad, and the best part about his life was being with Sylvie. It's like maybe Mobius, this is the best part of his life, is being with Loki. Not like on homo stuff, but like this is his homie, like this is his best friend, and also with B-15, like this is his homie. Like they figure it out, they realize
this is their life,
like they realize who they were.
That's his family, like,
and
you know what I mean? So
it's like,
doesn't have family,
it's like
outside
maybe
of that.
he's not like for the TVA, but he's for them.
Yeah.
So like he, you know, I feel like he's not. I like the theory, but I feel like
it would be crazy to see Owen Wilson in as a bad guy. He's never, I don't think he's ever played like a bad guy, right? Like he's always like the funny, lovable character, you know?
Kind of. He's been like a conniving guy, but never like a bad guy. But like, you know what I mean, like a deceitful dude, but never a bad guy. But anyways, I think that's probably what it is. Is like now this is his family, like. Yeah.
He doesn't want to lose that.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, like after TVA though, because they did lie to him. Like I feel like all of them feel away because of TVA's lie to them.
For sure. Like it's like that's what's crazy about it too, is to them, like, their gods, just everything they know. Like, imagine if everything we know was just like, oh no, it's all a lie, everything you guys know is a lie. Then we're like, well, what the fuck's real? Like, what's the point of living? What's the point of working? What's the point of doing anything?
That's where you turn into Brad.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, fuck yeah, I'll just go somewhere else and like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, it's crazy. Like, everything about the storyline is so good. Like, if you look at it from the TVA people's perspective, if you look at it from Mobius' perspective, like Mobius, if you look at it from Loki, Sylvie, like all of their perspectives have their own like thing, and it's great that they're able to explore it in these episodes like that. The one thing I did want to talk about though is the interrogation scene was so good. Like the one thing I didn't like is like it was too obvious that they were. I'm like, I don't understand how Brad fell for that, because you have people, the door locks from one side or the other, right? So like, why is it that like no one could have opened the door? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not smart enough to be like, oh, he's like, Mobius, open the door, and it's like, well, why don't you just go open the door? Loki's right there. Like, he's all the way over here. You're like, Loki's walking around. Like, just go run to the door, open it, and get the fuck out of there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or go unlock it for like Mobius. Like, that part kind of got me where I was like, okay, like, so that all the logic and all the great things they do with it, like, that's the dumbest logic that didn't make sense. I was like, just one of them could open the door. But anyways, that scene was sick. How he like shrunk him and put him in that box, like that was so cool. Yeah. And Eric Voss pointed out that on the bottom of the floor there was like grates, and he was saying that because like when someone gets squished, they like just go into blood or like guts and stuff, and it was like go down the drain.
Yeah, I remember saying
that's fucking crazy. It's like
wild.
A slaughter floor. I was like, holy shit! Like I never thought about that, but that's wild as fuck. And I'm not claustrophobic. I am claustrophobic, but like he was saying, people might get weirded out by that scene because like people who are like claustrophobic. Like seeing that in a box, that might be like one of the scariest things ever. But yeah, that whole scene was dope as fuck. And now we're just like kind of stuck. I love that like Sylvie, when they finally see her, like I was wondering, I kind of was like, is that the right Sylvie? Is that a different Sylvie? Is that like, is she gonna be
when they put up to McDonald's?
Yeah, is she gonna like not recognize him? Like, you know, and it's gonna be one of those things where she's like, who are you? And he has to explain everything to her. But I love that they were just, she was just like, what do you want? Kind of thing. Like that was cool.
You know, the craziest part that nobody's really talking about is, I mean, I guess it's kind of like obvious, but like Sylvie's working at McDonald's. Yeah. But like, you know how like she's never had a normal life. Yeah. So working at McDonald's is like
her normal life,
and it's like a really good fun thing. Yeah. Because we grew up like, you know what I mean, like we've had like lives and jobs and all that. And it's like McDonald's sucks, bro. I don't work at McDonald's, but like to her, like you kill people. Now you get to serve like food to people that are happy, and like you like when she went in the end credit when she was like, I want everything, and she's seeing people laugh, and she's fun. Like it's a different mindset. That's like coming from like being like a vicious UFC fighter, not knowing nothing, like and then going to somewhere where everybody's like all happy, and you're like, oh dang, I kind of do like this, which is dope. I think it's dope. That's where she's like, oh, I don't want to leave. Like she doesn't want to leave that life because she's like she's probably have peace or something.
But it brings up a good point to what you're saying. It reminds me of like I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Hurt Locker. I think it's The Hurt Locker. Where like the whole movie, like it's this crazy war, they're at war, like, and he has to defuse bombs, and it's just high tense moments all the time, and at the end he goes back to his normal life, and he's like shopping for cereal, and he just doesn't know how to cope because he's just like, everything's quiet. It's just weird. Like I just spent like the last however many years of my life every single day super high tense. I could be bombed at any moment, shot at any moment, defusing bombs, all these crazy situations happening, and then you go back to this calm life, and it's like you don't know how to deal with it. So I wonder if there's some aspect of that with Sylvie where she knows she wants this life now. It's calm, it's cool, but deep down she knows that she can never really live that life, because even now that she's been there, look what happens. Like Loki comes back and pulls her right back into it. So like she knows that like she can't really live that life. She has to go do something. She's getting pulled back into it no matter what. She can never really enjoy it.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
So I think she enjoyed it for her little moment that she had it, but I think now she's starting to realize at the end of that episode, like no matter what I do, this is my life, and I have to I have to do that.
Yeah. They could have been running the TVA, honestly. She just had to kill Kang. You had to kill him. He who
remains is done. But we'll see what happens. I mean, this episode was fucking great, and just seeing like all the stuff that it's crazy how much they could put into 40 minutes of something. You know what I mean? It's wild. Yeah. And how much like each scene has different. Like, I was complaining
last week, but like this week was fulfilling.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it was fulfilling. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then for me personally, like it gives like a good like, okay, I can wait till next week. Like it's not like a urgency, like it's like, okay, we're gonna get to it, rather than, you know, it being like a super crazy cliffhanger. The Renslayer thing is a cliffhanger, but it's like, okay, we can wait till next week. We can wait till next week. That's how I feel. But
well, I honestly during the episode, I at one point yelled to myself, fuck, I hate that there's only like I have to wait a whole week for this shit. Like I was sitting there and I was like, god damn it, bro, like why do I have to wait a whole fucking week to watch this episode? Like I want to watch the next. Like, I know, but I want to watch it. I want to know what's going on so bad. Like I want to know. Like I was like yelling to myself. Kat wasn't home yet, so I was like,
I have that sometimes. But like only when it's a crazy cliffhanger. Like
but this was like in the middle episode. I was already like,
they gave us. I feel like they gave us what we needed with the Sylvie part. Like obviously we still don't know who pruned Loki, and then
we got more questions than we got answers for a lot of stuff.
But they gave us what we wanted with Sylvie, which for me was the biggest thing after seeing her in the elevator. So now they said Renslayer. I'm like, dang, dude, like I want to know what happened to Renslayer, which I feel like they're gonna address at the later date. And then I'm not even thinking about freaking Johnthan Majors yet.
I know that's what's crazy. Is we haven't even got to like we already know what we're here for.
Yeah. At least us two. And I know it's probably gonna be in like 3 weeks.
Oh, can I just also? I want to say it in the beginning of the episode. It was so fucking sick how Loki used his powers. Like we finally got to really see him use his powers. Like he just blasts him. Like don't give a fuck. Just walking all nonchalant. And then his
he was swagged out this episode.
Yeah, he was.
Like,
he was
the
fucking,
way he was walking in, I was like,
he's dope. Tom Hiddleston is just he's a dope ass actor, bro. And Loki, he kills the character of Loki. I don't think anyone could have ever done it as good as him. Even there was a part when he was interrogating him, and that's why I was like, fuck, I want more of this fucking show, because the part where he was saying like you're always a villain, like you're a villain deep down, and Loki like puts his head down and like his smile and like the way he laughed, I was like, dude, he's such a fucking good villain. Like, yes, he is an evil dude. Like, fuck it. Like, let's burn everything down, bro. Like, fuck it all. Like, Loki just go bad and just fuck shit up, bro. Like, who cares? Like, dude, Loki, at the end of the day, Loki is a villain. Like, he needs to stop being a hero. And it is cool. Like, I don't know. That part got me. But even seeing his powers when, like, he's chasing Brad and then Brad runs, and that part got me with the English people where he, like, gets to the mob of the people. And it's all Loki. And I was like, that part actually got me where I was like, that was sick. Yeah, like, sick, damn, like that's because I was tricked too. I was like, oh damn, these people. He's about to get in a fight with these people, and then when he hit him and it was a projection, I was like, whoa, that was sick. Okay,
you know what's crazy?
Loki's fucking
also,
sick.
no one's not talking about is like how advanced Loki is now.
Oh yeah,
from 2000. It's 2012. So let's just go back to Endgame. Or no, it was Infinity War where he got killed, right?
Infinity. Infinity Wars when he gets killed by Thanos.
Okay, so let's go. That's 2018.
Yeah,
2018, 17 Loki, right? So Loki gets killed, but that Loki was mischievous. He was a dick. Whatever. This Loki is like kind, saving the world. Blah blah blah. Now, nobody's talking about this. This Loki at the end of all this is gonna pull up on Thor and them. And they're going to be like, what the who, you know what I mean? Like, who are you? But he's like a good dude. So I think that's going to be a cool reaction.
Where he's like when he finally reunites with Thor. Like, that's going to be fucking crazy. I didn't even thought about that.
I don't think anybody else would really be matter because Tony Stark's dead and Captain America's old. So
I think the reunion between, because I didn't even think that far down, but you're onto something, bro. Like, that's so good. Like, because right now, think about where Thor's at. Thor thinks he lost all of his family. He doesn't have anything anymore. Basic, and he even lost, like, with Ragnarok, he lost fucking Asgard. Everything's gone pretty much. And so now he has his little daughter. And then he's probably going to be telling her, like, oh, me and your uncle, we used to have these things. And then later on, he doesn't know that all this is going on with Loki. Loki's not even thinking about Thor right now because he's always on his own little adventures, right? But when this is all done and Loki goes back with, like, Sylvie or something, Thor is going to be like, what the fuck is going on, dude? That's going to be crazy.
Which is going to be a crazy interaction because Thor always, I mean, he loves his brother, but... like Loki's always.
I wonder
been
if they've
mischievous.
thought about that far because I thought about it in the beginning of this season. I was like, I wonder if Thor's going to show up on this show. Yeah, because that would be amazing.
They wouldn't do that,
but it would be amazing.
Yeah, it would be amazing, but would be amazing. They wouldn't do that because you already know that dude is like, yo, I need like 50 mil for one episode, but you're crazy.
But it would be fucking dope. But. Later on down the line to see that whole thing is gonna be sick. I can't wait for that. It's gonna be amazing, bro. But this show it leads you everywhere, bro. It's sick.
It would be so much sweeter if he met the actual Avengers. That he was being mischievous to and was like apologize or something like that.
Yeah,
that would be super cool. Like,
that'd be cool.
Because he's like, damn, dude, like I know I was a dick, my bad. Like, but I just saved the world for you guys. Like,
you know, what'd be crazy. What'd be crazy is like what if there was a world where streaming only, like, the only way we could watch movies was streaming, right? And we weren't able to, like, no one had physical copies of Endgame. And then everything that happens in Loki right now, like, it all, like, leads out. And then in some future movie or like show or whatever, he goes back and he changes, like he goes back to Endgame and he fights with them and like is a part of the team and stuff, right? And then because movies only exist on streaming, Disney goes back, edits Endgame to that version, and so then when we go to watch it, all we can ever see is that version. The original version of Endgame that we've seen wouldn't exist anymore. It would only be that version of like the updated version where Loki dishes, and that would be like a produced Mandela effect almost, right? Where we are like, we remember Endgame a certain way, but we can only watch it this way now because they changed it.
That'd be freaking nuts.
That'd be fucking crazy.
That'd be nuts.
Because I've seen that with like what's his name? Kanye West does that all the time, right? Like where I'll be listening to a song on Apple Music, and then it's different the next time, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, because he goes back and fucking updates it and changes it, and then like you don't have that old version anymore. And I'm like, dude, I like the old version. I don't like this new version, you know, like so. But I don't know. That'd be fucking crazy. That's like some next level super.
That's probably like 50
that's
years
messing with
from
time.
now.
Yeah, that's messing with time and shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it's so fucking sick. Anyways, that's the possibility of this show. This show's amazing, bro. I can't get enough of it. I can't wait for next episode.
Loki, bro, I
can't wait for the next episode. It's gonna
sleeping,
be,
man.
It's gonna be so good. You know what I noticed is the good shows that really resonate with like everyone, where it's like everyone stops and talks about it, like Game of Thrones and different things. It's what our Last of Us was one of those movies or those shows. It's one of those things where it leaves us with more questions than answers, right? And so a lot of these shows, you get the answers the next episode, like you just get the answers. But we're not even getting the answers from the first episode yet, and we're already getting more questions, right? So it just makes people constantly want to be like, what the fuck is going on? And you want to talk about it, you want to figure it out. So that's the key to making good movies and TV shows and all this shit. So keep that in mind, people. Our next screenwriters out there. But yes,
they're doing a really good job with Loki for sure.
Because right after I finish Loki, we get into fucking Gen V, and god damn it, this show's so fucking good, bro. It's so fucking good. Like I cannot. Same thing how I am with Loki. Like I cannot get enough of fucking Gen V, dude. It's so sick.
Absolutely.
Like, and this is one of those episodes where it's the same thing, where you're like the questions and answers and everything. So if you guys aren't watching Gen V, please watch that. Also, more spoilers for that going forward. So be ready for that, because I want to talk about this episode because it was fucking crazy. Okay, last episode, they say they're about to like stop Sam, and then out of nowhere just blacks out and she wakes up in a bed. And then this episode is crazy, bro. No one remembers anything, and no one knows what the fuck's going on. And like, it's wild. Like everything that we've learned, everything that we saw, like they all don't remember anything.
I'm not gonna lie,
it's
man.
so crazy, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. It's such a great. I love shows that's so unpredictable, dude.
It's so
because I'm sitting there like, F this nigga Rufus, bro. F this nigga Rufus. Get this nigga, bro. Like, Andre's like the big dude. So it's like, I can't wait until Andre get his hands on this dude. Like, that's the whole episode. I'm thinking like that. Like, when
he does, it was sick. How he just like fucking throws shit. Like, oh, fuck him up, bro. Which, by the way, like, how is Rufus even so going on in life, dude? The first like second episode, he's hitting himself in the nuts with a bat. The other episode, he gets his dick blown off, and then at this episode, he's getting shit like thrown through it. I'm like, dude, how strong is this guy? Like, he's just resilient as fuck, dude. Like, he doesn't have like super fucking healing and powers. Like, how is he still living without his dick blown up and shit?
That's crazy. And you know what's even crazier is like, now that I just thought about that is because I didn't even think about that. Rufus was the one who hit his
Claire had like.
So I wonder if that story is true. What she said. Like, I think that's probably.
Oh yeah, no, she's lying. I think she's lying. I think she's lying. I think she was. I think she made that up to get Andre
I was like,
going.
If she's as powerful as she is, like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean you let this fool like blackmail you and you smash? Like,
because I wonder if their powers kind of cancel each other out too. Like, I wonder if he can use his powers on her, because like she also. Put I don't know, because his is like pheromones and stuff. I don't know, it's weird.
It's just
interesting, but dude, it's so fucking sick. And like the way that they use powers, even like, okay, I was telling Kat, because she's starting to catch up with me on it, and the way you see Marie's powers evolve, where at first it's just like using her blood as like weapons, right, kind of thing, and then you see that she can put the blood back in the person, right, and then later on you see that she blew up his dick from the blood inside of him, so she didn't even have to she doesn't need to see the blood. It could just be inside someone, which is crazy because now she has unlimited like powers. At first, when I first saw her powers, I was like, oh, like you have to like cut yourself or someone else has to be bleeding in order for you to use it. But now that she can just use people's blood already in their body, she's on some next level shit, which is what they point out in this episode. She doesn't know how powerful she is yet. And then in this episode, she does something too with her blood. Or
she got with her roommate. Her roommate's like, she's kind of alluding to like, you're really powerful. She's like, you know a lot of things. Like, what's my next period? Yeah. And he's like, no, whatever. And she's like, oh, it's in 2 weeks or something, Friday or something like that.
Which is crazy.
To know that.
Yeah, like, so now she can like sense the blood. And and then she was able to feel her own blood clot. Like she felt the tracker inside of her. Yeah. That was crazy. I'm telling you, she's like getting, I thought what.
Homelander. Yeah. We got somebody for you, dog. Oh. We got something for you, dog.
And Sam too. I'm like, Sam is fucking crazy. Like nasty. Sam might be the one that, because they even said, I think it was in this episode, but someone said like, Sam was always more powerful than Golden Boy. Mm-hmm. And Golden Boy was going to be the guy to replace Homelander, right? Mm-hmm. He was going to be up there in the 7. Yeah. If Sam's always been more powerful than Golden Boy, then like, what does that say about Sam and Homelander and shit, right?
Yeah.
So, well, oh God, this show's so fucking good. So, I'm thinking, okay, this is like almost like a separate topic and a separate point that I wanted to save for a little bit later, but I'm going to say now. The Sam thing... And like how powerful they are, and we're finding out like how powerful these characters are. In the preview for the next episode, I don't know if you saw that. Did you see the preview?
I didn't see the preview. No, I try not to watch the previews because I don't want to spoil it for myself.
Oh, this is such a good thing, though. I have to say it. All
right, go ahead.
In the preview for the next episode, this is like, I thought this was probably the coolest thing that I saw. The whole like the episode was great, and there was a lot of big things that happened, but like nothing that I was like, oh shit, I can't wait till the next episode. At the end of the episode, for the next week, at the very last scene, it shows fucking Soldier Boy, and he's like, "Hi," or whatever. He's like, "What's up, you guys?" Or something. He makes like his little quippy like thing, and then it just cuts out. And I was like, "Soldier Boy's in this fucking series, dude," which is crazy because I just rewatched season 3 of The Boys. At the end of it, he's about to blow up like his like biggest, like, remember how he like kind of like shoots out nuclear shit from him and like blows shit up like a bomb. He's about to do like the biggest one he's done, and Queen Maeve tackles him out the building, and then they blow up in the like in the street. So you assume Soldier Boy's dead, but as we know, if you don't see them die, then you don't know that they're actually dead. Yeah. So I'm over here thinking Soldier Boy's dead. At the end of the episode, when you get hit with his like powers, like you lose your powers, right? And since that was like his biggest bomb ever, you assume that he died. Queen Maeve doesn't have powers anymore. So she's like recovering like a normal human being and gonna go live her life as a farmer, right? Mm-hmm. So now that fucking Soldier Boy's alive, I'm like, then I guess that probably that radiation thing that hit Queen Maeve, that wasn't permanent, so she's probably gonna get her powers back. And I wonder if like this is all going to cross over in the season 4 of The Boys. Oh, because they
have to. That's Queen Maeve is. I'm Queen Maeve. Marie is too powerful to just leave in the Gen V, bro. Yes. No way.
And that's what's crazy about it, and that's why I was so hyped on this show, because at the end of it, I kept like I talked to myself, guys. You guys don't understand. Like I'm like talking to the TV, talking to myself, like coming up with theories in my head out loud while I'm watching it, and Kat just watches me thinking I'm crazy, right? But I'm watching it and I'm like, dude, this is the first show that I've seen where it's like a spin-off that actually matters, right? Like, because everything else, like you always see like, oh, it's like a spin-off of this show, and it's like, oh, they do some fun little Easter eggs from the original show, and you're like, that's cool. But like, and that's what I thought this show was. You know, I thought it was just, oh, there's some like funny Easter eggs, like the part where they're like, oh, we got you Vada Burger, and it has the deep calamari's fries or whatever. And so I was like, oh, that's cool. Like they reference it, they show the deep when at Brink's funeral and stuff like that. I thought it was just gonna be that, but introducing Soldier Boy into this show is like different, bro. That's different. That means that there's a possibility that anything in here can go into The Boys, or stuff from The Boys is really affecting, and like they're gonna run into shit from The Boys. Yeah, which means Homelander could be in this fucking shit. Like, who knows, bro? Who knows? This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's so fucking crazy. It's such a good show, man. I was hyped after watching it.
I'm excited.
Hyped, like,
I'm excited, but I didn't see that. But I'm excited because I mean I'm like really a big fan of. I like Sam. I like Marie. What's her name? Marie Moreau. Yeah. Yeah, I like her. I like Andre. I like the
Andre
chick.
doesn't. Andre kind of look. He kept like, I'm like, who does he look like, or who does he remind me of? The Rock, bro. His like facial features and like the way he like talks and he's like doing stuff. He looks like The Rock. Like, I don't know why. Like, I think if you
I can see it.
Now that I said it, like we'll start watching it again, and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, he looks like The Rock. Bro.
I can see it.
I couldn't figure it out for the longest time, but yeah, I feel like he would be like a good like young Rock, like you know, or something.
I can see it. I can see
it.
But yeah, I enjoy it, man. I'm really excited.
Good.
I'm really excited because
twists and turns.
I think the
Jordan,
the beauty, yeah.
Jordan's dope.
Jordan's dope.
And the girl version of him is cute. And Kat's like the guy version of him. She likes the guy version of him. So I'm like,
y'all gotta like double date with it.
That's a weird. That's so fucking weird. Like, that's
but yeah, you know it's crazy. I'm like a little like what do you call it, like butthurt because I like Kate, but like it's like damn, dude,
yeah, I like Kate too, but now
you're freaking. What do you call it?
I wonder why she's working with the school, like, because that's what's crazy. That was a whole crazy thing too, to see that Sam was like, she's made me forget my brother before. So maybe the reason his mind's all fucked up is because of her.
Yeah. Oh, damn. That'd be crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, because that's what I was gonna tell you.
What?
Because I was about to talk about Sam, and he's just a menace, bro.
He's great. The puppet scene was,
bro.
The puppet scene, yeah.
Now let me tell you something, bro.
It was great.
Like, bro, I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, this is crazy. Like, this because the whole time, the whole show, Sam is mentally not there. He sees puppets. He sees different characters. So now, like, that happens. You see the girl version of the cricket and the puppet version of the cricket, and you're like, all right, well, yeah, he's in another weird mental, problem, and like he starts to kill him. It's like I'm watching. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. That's cool. That's cool what they're doing. And then it ends, and you see
all the bodies.
You're like, oh, that nigga really did all that. Oh shoot. And then so now I'm watching this, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk about this on a podcast because I mean I think it's just because of it's movies, but like, bro. Like, you cannot tell me, like, all these shows, all these movies, they gotta stop this, man. Like, if you know you about to go to Sam, like, you know this nigga done killed some of your coworkers. Yeah. You about to go and try to handle this nigga? Are you crazy? No way. I'm calling out. You gotta kill me. He gonna kill me. You gotta kill me. I'm not going to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the crazy. Like, that also happens with like Batman or Superman or anybody. It's like what? Like, you know who he is. Like, unless you have a superpower, bro, don't step to this nigga, bro. Yeah. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, after seeing that,
but they've detained him before, so like that's what's crazy. I guess so.
with help of
Kate and Golden Boy probably.
So it's like, bro, you can't do a bullet, nigga. What?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Even it was cool too, because like I noticed during the puppet scene when they start coming, all the bad guys, all the like mercenaries come. They all start shooting him, and it's the puppets, and they're like, and there's like the bullets. There's no bullets, obviously, because it's like
popcorn,
puppets.
I think.
Oh yeah, but he's just standing there and looking at them like this, like as a puppet, and even as a puppet, like I pictured that as him, and I was just like, damn, he's just sitting there like, huh, like just taking bullets, like hella bullets from like multiple people, and he's just standing there looking at them like, huh. Fucking ripping their fucking heads off, splitting them in half and shit.
Yeah, bro.
And it's crazy.
And how do you? So that's what I'm saying. That's the logic of a human being. How do you see that and not be like, bro, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm sorry. I don't want anything. I'm on your side.
They've done that in some.
Let's fight together. Let's fight together.
That's like and in some movies, I don't know what movie there is where it's like, where they're like the henchmen are going, and then like they see the like Batman beat up everyone, and they're like, I'm done, and they drop their gun and they run away. Like that's always like that's like been done in some movies.
That's like the most logical thing to do in that situation. But I get it, it's for the show, but it blows my mind. Like I would never, like especially Sam though. Once
I shoot someone and I see a bullet bounce off them, I'm putting my gun down and I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'm apologizing. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Like, I'm not saying anything. I'm sneaking out.
What are you gonna do? Like you still hitting him? Boom. He's like, I'm gonna still kill you.
I'm the I'm either Homer Simpson like going into the grass, just like, or I'm the dude in that meme where he's just like just like peace and just disappears. That's me.
Yeah, but this is a really good episode. I'm excited.
It was so
I'm excited,
good.
man. I really liked. I thought Andre was gonna kill Kate, though. At that point, I thought he was gonna kill her, but I mean,
I don't think he could kill her. I can understand being mad. I don't think it's worth killing her over. I think it's worth being like, fuck you, I'm never talking to you again. But like she didn't get golden. I mean, maybe she kind of got him killed a little bit because she knew she was hiding stuff.
But that's also the beauty of the show too, is because like. We got so many questions answered, but we still have questions. Like, why is she working with them? Like, this is such a beautiful, like, dude,
it's so good.
Storyline, bro. Like, they're killing it right now, bro. I don't know. I feel like The Boys and Loki. Those people were not in the writer's strike. They were on the grind, bro. They were on the grind, bro. Shout out to y'all. Y'all was putting in work, and we appreciate you. Listen, everybody that worked on these shows. I hope you guys watch this. We gonna put this on TikTok. I hope you guys watch this, and I hope you guys understand that every time it drops, we put it up. We watch it and then we put it on Instagram, on TikTok, on everything, and tell people to go watch it. We appreciate you guys, fool.
So much
because it's so dope, bro. Like these storylines for Loki and Gen V are crazy good, bro. Like outside of this world, bro. Like it's not predictable. It's very thought provoking. You know what I was thinking too is The Boys. Especially The Boys universe and Gen V, they give you what the people want. You know what I mean? Like a lot of movies and shows, like they call it's called fan service, but I don't think it's this particular thing. I don't feel is necessarily fan service as more as it is just great writing and like caring about the show. Yeah,
and I feel like. A lot of times, like, you're like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if this happened? And then it doesn't happen. Wouldn't it be cool if that happened? But then that doesn't happen. And this, I'm like, dude, wouldn't it be cool if, like, fucking Soldier Boy fucking showed up? And then he's going to be in the next episode? Yeah. Like, that was, like, I was like, they know what we want and they give it to us. Yeah. And I love that. And I appreciate you guys so much for that. Because that's, like, you're doing it for people like us. And I can't be happier with everything that's going on in the world, which we're not going to touch. But just, this is a great escape. And I love that. I was just thinking about like how happy and blessed I am to be able to have like such an excitement and passion for these shows, because when you get something like Gen V or fucking Loki and you're just like, damn, bro, like that, my 2 hours yesterday watching this shit was the 2 best hours of my week. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I was just sitting there like, damn, this is fucking great. I forgot about everything, all my problems. I fucking took a shower right before I get ready for it. Like I'm like, I took a shower right before. I got my nice pajamas. I'm like sitting down. I got my drink, my food. Like I'm sitting down. I'm like ready to watch. And I'm like, this is it, bro. And it's fucking amazing. That's
the beauty of good film, good like movies, good like shows.
Cinema.
Cinema. Yeah, cinema. What's his name? Martin
Scorsese.
Cinema, man.
He talked shit about that. We'll go back just to point it out real quick. It was funny because Martin Scorsese had talked shit about Marvel, saying it wasn't real cinema, and then Loki fucking took a shot at them this week. Fucking bomb.
Yeah, that was dope. But yeah, that's the beauty of good cinema, I think, is because, man, like me, like this morning I woke up, I brushed my teeth, whatever, and like I just sat down. I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch Loki and Gen V at the same back to back, and I'm sitting there watching, and bro, as I watch, nothing else matters in the world, bro. And that's a beautiful thing to me, because like you get a bit of escape. That's why I like to go to the movie theaters, because you escape from this real messed up world for a little bit, like because it's all jacked up, like bro, like from we talk about problems we have to, like not together, but like separate our problems that in our life, and like to get away from something that we enjoy is freaking sick, bro. Like I didn't think about my car. I didn't think about if I had to Uber. I didn't think about, what I mean? I didn't think about nothing but just Loki and Gen V. And then after, obviously you have to get back to the real world, but it's like for that little bit of moment, like you get to like enjoy it. And like me personally, I don't do no drugs, I don't drink, I don't like do nothing crazy. So this is my 2 hours of drinking, popping a pill. Like it's a escape from the world, and it's a safe escape, and it's a fun escape because dude, Loki's fun, Jim V's fun. You know what I mean? So if you're not watching it, man, watch it, bro.
I think that was everything you said is great, and I had a conversation with Avery yesterday on the phone, just talking about how like I feel like that's what I want this podcast to be, right? That escape, that positivity. Like we know there's a lot of things going on in the world, and we're aware of it, and we're, we can talk about it and we can address it and all that stuff, but that's not our role, and at least that's not what I want my role to be. Like there's other people who are better suited and better educated and can handle it a lot better than me, and what I know and what I love and what makes me happy is this stuff. Marvel, fucking all these TV shows, these movies and stuff. It's that drug that you said, like it's like a drug without having a drug, and it's like an escape from this crazy world that we live in, and that's what I hope this podcast is for you guys, and I really hope we are fulfilling that, because that's what I want to do. That's what I want to give. That's what I want to produce. And it's funny because I just had that realization like yesterday. I was like, dude, I see a lot of stuff going on in the world, obviously, and I feel like I could talk about it and I could put stuff on social media and share my opinion and do this thing, but I would rather just post fun stuff that make people laugh and like be excited about this. Like I'm gonna post funny stuff, this thing, and I feel like people may say that that's insensitive at sometimes, but I just think that it's not my role to pitch in on that. You know what I mean? Like my role is to make you guys laugh and make you guys happy and entertain in a way that is positive and fun, So that's what I hope this podcast is for you guys, and that's why we do this. I mean, fucking 42 episodes later, like we're still doing it. Yeah. And still just as passionate about it as episode 1. So it's dope that we even have this.
It's
gonna
get crazy. I'm just letting y'all know right now. Yeah. Because we watching Loki. Once Johnthan Majors hits the screen, whatever episode that is, whether it's 44. 45, 46. I don't know what episode it is for the multiverse, but crazy. Trust me, we gonna go crazy once we see that guy. John, we need to do a reaction video.
Oh, for sure, bro. That episode, like we have to, like we're coming over, we're watching it live, we're setting up the podcast. Maybe for that, I don't even know, because we're not gonna know what episode it is.
Forth.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be like 4. I feel like it's gonna be a 4 too. But I'm like, maybe we just set up the TV in here and then we just fucking watch it live right here and record a reaction and shit, because I know that's just gonna be wild.
Yeah.
But yes, it's gonna be dope, and I'm so happy that we get to do this kind of thing and talk about this stuff, and the people that watch it, and we really appreciate you guys, man, because this is like, I hope we are that escape for you, because I love being able to see stuff and kind of escape from the real world, and I just hope that we are that for you guys. So appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, there was more things that I want to talk about, but I think I'm going to save it for another episode. I'll just touch on it real quick though, because I feel like it could be like a 30-minute conversation. I read an article. Actually, my mom sent me an article from this guy from I don't know if it was a guy. Let me see. Someone from the New York Times. I actually started writing notes about it. Like, look at this. I started writing notes about a conversation that I want to have. I don't want you to see everything because I want to talk to you about it. But it was like the state of Marvel, and it's a Time magazine article that was really good. It was written by the Times, Elena Dockertman. Yeah, Elena Dockertman. So if you guys want, you can go look up that article and read it, but it's really fucking good. Like at first I was kind of hating because I feel like they were going to talk about how everything sucks in Marvel, but they made some really good points that I was like, that makes a lot of sense. So I want to talk about it, but I want to do that on an episode where we don't have too much to talk about. Okay. Right now we already have like a lot to talk about, so we'll get to that. But if you guys can look up that article, it's really good. I think it's called The State of Marvel. So, but yeah, with that being said, I don't know what else we got going. I mean, we're just working on other shit, and then Loki season episode 3 next week. Fucking Gen V next week. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah. Marvels is coming up. Oh, they've released a bunch of more footage for the Marvels, so that's looking really good. Avery had some theories. Invincible's coming out in November. Like that's coming out soon. Oh man,
it's a lot. It's a lot happening.
Oh man,
it's a lot happening.
I'm so happy. Yeah,
it's a great fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great fourth quarter.
Great way to say it. Great fourth quarter, bro. This has been the great quarter. And let me just say something too, because I know sometimes we don't just talk about Marvel. We also talk about UFC stuff, and the whole MMA world right now is fucking crazy too, bro. I have been on a roller coaster of emotions in the last 3 days, like between MMA, Marvel, and the boys stuff, like I have been like all over the place with my emotions, like, and then everything else going on in the world, like I'm up, I'm down, I'm up, I'm down, I'm like all over the place, bro. It's crazy. Yeah. The UFC stuff, just to touch on it real quick. We had the fight that I was looking forward to. Charles Oliveira, my favorite fighter, fighting for the championship rematch against Islam Makhachev. We heard that he gets cut. Like, and what's crazy, I think what's crazy too for me, while I want to put this in perspective to let you know how fucking wild this was for me. I'm seeing these things as they come out, so like there's hours at a time where I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. You know what I mean? That's why it was so crazy. So when Charles Oliveira gets cut, like his eyes cut, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, is he out? Like, does that mean he's out? And then I see that he's out. Then I'm like, what the fuck? So what happens? Like, then there's like rumors maybe Alec Volkanovski's gonna take over. Then the next day I see Dana White officially announce it. Yeah, fucking Volk is fighting Islam now, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? That's crazy. Like, that's way different. I was upset that Charles is out, but then now we get almost maybe a better fight, like in this, you know, a more deserved fight kind of thing. Man, I don't know.
Knock him out, bro.
I hope so, bro. It's gonna be crazy. I feel like
because he's an underdog. I feel like he's gonna beat him.
If he wins, there's like talk online. I've been all over fucking MMA Twitter, bro. This might be considered the greatest title fight win of all time, because he's taking it on short notice. He's going up a weight class. He's flying to Abu Dhabi to fight him in his place.
Like, he said he had surgery or something like that.
And he had surgery. He just had a baby. Like, he's been on vacation. And if he comes back and beats the number one pound for pound, I mean, they're both the number one, I think, tied pound for pound best fighter in the world. If he beats him, like, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. It's unheard of. It's insane. So that happens. Then the other fight I'm excited about was fucking Paulo Costa and Khamzat Chimaev, because they've had beef. They have a storyline. They've been talking shit to each other for so long, and it's funny, and I've been so hyped to see them fight.
Yeah, I don't know why did that guy pull out?
So Paulo Costa, he had a staph infection on his elbow, and on Monday he was on Ariel Helwani, and he was talking about, yeah, the fight's still going. I'm good. Like, my elbow, yeah, I have a bandage, but it's fine. Like, I'm good to fight. You know, like I'm good. So I'm like, cool. We're chilling. And then it comes out that maybe he's not going to be able to fight. Then he goes to a doctor. The doctor says, "Oh, the infection's worse. You're not going to be able to fight." So now he's out, and I'm like, "Fuck, dude! Like, we're losing both the main event and the co-main event." Yeah. But then they replaced it with Kamaru Usman, which was like at the time too a rumor. They were like, "Oh, well," I literally watched it live because I saw when he I was watching Ariel Helwani live. Ariel Helwani gets a text saying like, "Yep, Paulo Costa's out." So I'm like, "Fuck, dude!" And so then they start theorizing like, "Oh, who replaces him? Maybe this guy, maybe this guy." They say Kamaru Usman as a joke, and then people start reporting it, like saying like Kamaru Usman's report like is gonna be the replacement per Ariel Helwani. But like they're saying like he said it, but like he on his show he's like, I just found articles people saying I said it. I didn't say it. I'm not saying that. Like, I'd never confirmed that. Like, you know. And then at the end of the show, right when the show's about to end, like they're literally doing their outro. He's like, wait, breaking news, Kamaru Usman is in for the thing. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, dude, roller coaster of emotions. Where I'm like, what is going on, dude? And then the UFC and USADA, which is USADA's the testing agent, or like independent testing agency that they use to test for steroids and performance enhancing drugs, they decided that they're not renewing their contract with them anymore. So so that they're gonna, like, I don't know, like USADA like cleaned up the sport and made it so that no one's using like they're getting drug tested all the time, so that way like no one's on steroids and no one has an advantage. But now they're ending their contract with them. So So then it started like all these things started being like all these memes came out where it's like John Jones at UFC 300 and he's like yoked up as fuck, or like Brock Lesnar coming back to the UFC because of this and all this. But then yesterday UFC does a press conference and they said that they're making their own independent thing where they're gonna still do it, but they just don't want to use USADA anymore because USADA sucks or whatever. So that was crazy. It's just been like a whirlwind of emotions. Then fucking there's fucking Dylan Dennis versus Logan Paul.
Oh yeah, that was
tomorrow.
Crazy.
And I'm watching the press conference. I'm watching everything. During the press conference, I'm watching it live, dude. And he hits him, and I'm like, damn, it kind of looked like he hit him, but like I look like it connected, but I can't tell because it's like a fucking scurry, you know. I see Logan Paul like go back and run to the back, and I'm just like, okay, what the fuck just happened? Like, I just thought they got into a scuffle, but nothing happened. Then I see Logan's cut, blood. He's not gonna, I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna pull out of the fight, bro. Like, he's done. He's out of the fight. It's not gonna happen. This fight that they've been building up for so long, this is a crazy fight. If you guys don't know, Dylan Dennis and Logan Paul, do some research. It's fucking the whole thing is crazy.
Yeah, that dude, he's violated Logan Paul so much.
Yeah, his wife is literally suing. His fiance is suing Dylan Dennis.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. There's so much to that. But then I'm like, fuck, Logan Paul's gonna pull out. Now that fight's gonna be gone. So then they start having Mike Perry fill in as a backup fighter, who I love Mike Perry. And so now it's like Dylan Dennis versus Mike Perry. Like, what? That's such a weird fucking fight. Like, no one expected that. But then comes out.
Is that dude an actual fighter, Dylan, or is he a influencer?
So Dylan Dennis, real quick, because I feel like not everyone knows who he is.
Yeah,
Dylan
I
Dennis,
really know him because
he's a four-time world Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion. One of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners out there at his age. And he's Conor McGregor's like best friend. He's Conor McGregor's training partner with for jiu-jitsu. Okay. Conor goes to him to teach him jiu-jitsu. Oh, okay. So he's good, but he's never boxed before. He's not a stand-up fighter. He's a jiu-jitsu world champion. You know?
As much as I don't hate the Logan. I don't hate the Pauls, but as much as I whatever with them, I've realized they've exposed a lot of fighters. Like you have to be a boxer to fight. Like you can't get in that ring and be no freaking MMA dude. Like you gotta actually box. So I don't know.
They pick and choose. I mean, like Tyron Woodley, he lost his step like 8 fights ago, and then fucking like all the people that they fought, like
Jorge,
Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz, yeah, sorry, I'm tripping.
Yeah, but Nate Diaz isn't like Nate Diaz is a boxer, but he's not really. I mean, I don't know. That's
Nate what I'm saying. Like if these dudes, these are.
It's a different sport.
When I think of the pause, I used to hate. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, guys, sue me. But
no, I still hate them.
When I thought of the pause, I used to hate on them, and I realized these guys are all they doing is boxing. Now, when they used to be like, oh, I'm gonna fight this MMA dude, I thought this dude was a killer. He was a killer. Come in and knock Jake out, but no, they can't hang because they've never boxed. Like their stand up probably was like the last thing on the menu in their training. So it's like I get it, and now he's exposed it, and it's like for me when I think of a boxer fighting a jiu-jitsu dude or MMA dude, it's like.
But Logan Paul's not a boxer. Jake Paul's more of a boxer than Logan Paul is. Logan Paul's a fucking
Mayweather.
Yeah, but I mean
he lost, but I'm saying like he fought Mayweather. And
I don't think Mayweather was gonna. KSI is a better boxer. Like they take it serious, and KSI beat Logan Paul twice. So. It's weird. You know what's crazy is like Logan Paul and Dylan Dennis is the bigger fight, but it's the co-main event. The main event is KSI versus Tommy Fury, which is Tommy Fury is Tyson Fury's little brother who just beat Jake Paul. Yeah. So KSI is fighting him because KSI wanted to fight Jake, but Jake didn't want to fight him or whatever. They can't come to an agreement. So now KSI was like, well, the next best thing is the guy who beat him, right? So like, I'm gonna beat Tommy Fury now. So, but that's crazy. Like this whole thing has been fucking wild, bro. The thing I kept saying about Dylan Dennis, because Dylan Dennis is a troll, and he is funny. He is funny for sure. He's been on Flagrant a couple times. He's funny on there. He's been on Ariel Helwani. Anytime he's on there, it's hilarious. But I'm like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and I don't like Logan Paul. Like I don't like Jake Paul. Jake Paul's better. I like them, like their wrestling, and I like what they've done for the boxing sport. But in the grand scheme of things, I watched the H3 podcast. The reason I started watching H3 podcast, the first episode I saw was them talking shit about Jake Paul and Logan Paul, and that's why I got into it, because they're scumbags, bro. Like they're like legit scumbags, schemers, scammers. Like they scam their fans all the time. Like they're not good people. Yeah, they pretend and act like they're good people but they're bad people, bro. Like when he recorded the dead body, all this stuff, bro. When they go to Japan, they're just like super disrespectful little rich fucking kids that never got told no, that like had too much money too young. They're little shitheads, bro.
They're basically your typical influencer with just a lot more money.
Yeah.
Like
now they try to turn like face where they're like
we hate
lovable.
Those like legit, bro. Like I kid you not, bro. Everybody that's probably watching this, we hate those influencers. That's like, oh, let me do. Like I remember going. I don't know if you remember, but you remember going to
what?
Hold on, just in case somebody's watching. We went somewhere where influencers were.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we went and like we were doing things that influencers were doing, and like I felt so off. Yeah. Because they were like, "Oh, we gotta get this for the video. Oh, don't talk for the video." And I'm like, what?
Yeah,
like,
I thought we were just hanging out.
Yeah, that threw me all the way off. And I'm like, bro, I hate that. Like, that is so whack to me. Like that influencer life is so whack to me. Like, yeah, I get
super
like
fake.
if you want to be like, if you're doing a video, but like, don't make it like a thing like where you can, I don't know, man.
To bring it all back,
to bring it all
back around, it reminds me of the girl on Gen V, the girl who was like recording. She's like the one who exposed Emma about her eating disorder. Yeah, that chick, like that. That's a great way of showing how like you think that they're genuine, but they're always just doing it for the camera, right?
Yeah.
So it's like nothing about them is genuine, and that's what we don't like about them. It's like they're not genuine. That's why I don't like Logan Paul and Jake Paul, because they're not genuine people. And like that's why Dylan Dennis, like, even though he's getting a lot of hate, he's actually got more fans from this fight because he's just real. Like, he's a bad guy and he doesn't act like he's trying to be a good guy.
I haven't oh my god, I definitely seen that he was talking about Logan's Paul's wife smashing a lot of dudes or something like that. And then I seen the video of him hitting them with a mic. So that's all I've seen.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna show you some stuff right now.
That's all I've seen. But yeah, it's been great. Because I feel like we give a lot of energy to a lot of things, and I feel like I don't want to give energy to certain things because I'm like, I don't want to like. There's a rapper, I'm not even gonna say her name, that is popping right now, and everybody's talking about her, and I don't want to give it energy. Like, people always ask me, and I'm like, it is what it is, because she's just so.
Yeah. I think I know who you're talking about.
And I don't want to give it energy, because once you give it energy, people are. It's doing its job. You're doing her job for it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I never wanted to give that energy because I really don't care about Logan or Jake. Like, they'll come up, but I'm like, I try not to give it energy.
I try not to either. It's because I watch H3 and like they bring it up almost every other week because they're always doing some stupid shit, you know. So it's like, but I know, I'll say this. And I think it goes back to your point on the energy stuff, and it's a good way to end the podcast, right? You create the world that you want, and you create the energy that you want, and you like live in the way that you want to live. And I have decided that I want to be positive. And although there is so much bad stuff going on in the world right now, guys, be positive and focus on positive things, and your life can be great. This, I would say, in the world, could be considered maybe one of the worst weeks in human history when it comes to what's going on in the world. But for me personally, it sounds insensitive to say, it was one of my best weeks, because just everything that's going on, because I choose to like pick to live in this little world right here where I'm like all obsessed with the MMA shit that's going on, all obsessed with the celebrity boxing shit that's going on, Loki and fucking Gen V, right? So like I have these things that are all keeping me entertained, that are keeping me over here and making me live in this little bubble, which maybe it's like, what do they say, like something is bliss, ignorance is bliss. And it's not that I'm ignorant to what's going on. It's just that I choose to be over here, and I choose to give my energy to this and focus on this, and it's great, and it's my life.
I think that's a good message. You know? I think that's the most beautiful way to see it, honestly, because that's how I do. Like, bro, people always talk about political, like government and all that stuff. I literally just talked to Lisa about this the other day, and she was talking about some political stuff. I won't get into what she was talking about, but I'm like, bro, I don't care. Like, if you vote Joe Biden or Obama or what's his name,
Trump or Spider-Man,
like bro, like you
fucking Kanye West.
I was telling her, I was like, bro, you gotta understand, bro, like they dad didn't like me, they mom did not like me. Like, I don't care about them dudes. Like, I have, bro. I don't vote. I don't care, because they don't care about me. And like, people will be like, oh, well, that's the problem. It's like, bro, no, I'm in my world. I'm not in theirs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're in theirs. Now you're in their world. You feel me? Like, obviously I gotta pay taxes to the government, right? Like, that's something that we all have to do, whatever. But I don't have to sit there and be like,
and dwell on it every day.
Man. Yeah, Donald Trump, he's the man. Like, no.
Someone's gonna clip that part.
Joe Biden, he's the man. Like,
there you go.
But like, bro, like nobody cares. Like, nobody cares, bro. Like, in the grand scheme of things, like, these people's parents, and I'm pretty sure at one point in their lives, they did not like the way I looked, and
they're not thinking about us at
that's
all.
Enough for me to be like, do your thing, and I'm gonna do mine. This is my world. I'm gonna stay in my world, and you know, it is what it is.
It's a good message. It's a good message, people. So yes, stay in your world, stay in your lane, create the world you want to live in, create the energy you want to be in, and stick around it. And don't worry about nothing.
I know else. I said I didn't care about government, but if Kanye West goes for president again, I'm voting for him again. Because I definitely voted for him.
He's definitely gonna support. Let's not get into that.
Kanye looks like me, and he's been where I've been at. So I'll be like, hey, yo, Kanye, man.
He's gonna do some bad things.
I know for a fact Kanye would never be president. That's why I voted for him.
It's just a funny thing to put on the thing. I think I'm voting for Spider-Man next. So honestly.
Hey, you know we're old enough to put our ballots in.
Yeah.
To be to run.
I'm gonna run. Yeah, I'll vote for you. I'll vote for you. Hey, why don't you just vote for the ABOV Multiverse podcast, guys? Vote for the podcast and get going on that. But yeah, with that being said, guys, remember to like, comment, share. Please like. We always tell you guys to like, but we don't always get all the most likes on there. But please like. The views are great. We appreciate you guys for watching. It's been another episode of ABOV The Multiverse, and
peace.